of the map. VP slightly less recently. Overall, this feels a very balanced map beta, Leo.
Yeah, high quality on Cafe and Clubhouse for sure. Consulate, honestly, no idea.
You back in it tomorrow?
Weather dependent. The couple of jobs I've got, so the next couple of jobs, you get a little bit of like black mold on there if you've got that standing water on there and stuff over years. So I need
Piece play. Every single time I catch these guys, I say it, and I'm sure everyone's sick and tired of hearing it by now. But Dockerby and Deimos, that is their bread and butter. They have these two operators available. You're going to see them playing them an awful lot on the other three. I mean, Grim, to be fair, I think has played more than both of those. The other two are very much for an execute, and as they lose players like Shaika, Solotop here, sorry, not the best start for them because that Capital is...
Players can just squeeze that little bit of intel out. It gives them everything they need. MACKO takes a lot of damage there, so does always. But it's Joystick who goes big with a double. Always manages to find them. MACKO. Joystick makes it 3. And Virtus.pro in the end. Going straight in for a challenge. They do manage to take out the ex-Kairos pellets. Shepard is going to take some damage on the way, but Solotov takes more. Opening death 2 rounds in a row. Pasha cuts him down. And that's going to be advantage Virtus.pro, 5 versus 4.
As much as I was saying earlier on, the Falcons are going to be prepared. Doesn't mean that Virtus.pro won't be. They'll know what's going to be coming based on what they've seen from previous play days. And it feels like every move that Falcons are making here, Virtus.pro are already 5 steps ahead. The fact they went so aggressive onto Solotop as he came solo in towards that east side of the map, knowing there'll be no support from any of the player on Falcons, beautiful. Dealing with in back pocket.
MACKO just sees the man above the blue tarp there. Can't quite manage to find his shot. Breeder does get one, so it gets something going, but with 17 seconds left to go, they really are going to have to think about putting this diffuser down. He's got Shaiko on the cover. Mine comes out, but that's the important kill. It's going to be over at that point. Pasha manages to find Shaiko. And then
to the right spots. They really sorely need an entry though, Tim, and Breeder's going to try and find it.
Gonna get in there, gonna get himself an opener. That's big, but Shepard finds users elsewhere. Pasha cuts down Breeder. That's the tip of the spear gone. That's the shield. And now Virtus.pro can just play that trade game, and they will understand that down in basement. Nitro in hand. So Virtus.pro, very much in their front of their mind, is how do we stop a plant if we need to?
Hello?
Joystick?
A siege-timing moment and a half. Yeah, Joystick there, just not respecting.
Okay?
They've worked their way down yellow. I think he assumed they dropped into sight and were holding down sight itself, but no. Not for paying the price for that. Still got the vertical here as well as down comes the drop. Solotov going to step in and try and get this diffuser down. Virtus.pro at real risk here of letting this one go unless Shepard can get underneath, and here he is. C4 coming up, that's close enough to get the kill. And now Leakafak has got to do it all by himself. Tries to step across, and Shepard's got the second from below. Virtus.pro once again.
Things that happens, it's a lack of intel. Like you say, he thinks something else is going on, and he run out. I think he had utility in his hand. He wasn't even ready for a gunfight. Just absolutely sells himself.
But here we go. An execute coming in, so a default window plant spot here as well. EMP's going down to try and deny away any C4s coming in, and sure enough, none have come out yet. Always goes down to it. Looks like Tim. They finally found the answer as they are absolutely sweeping through Virtus.pro here, who can do nothing but look on. Only Joystick left standing. Diffuser down against 4. Falcons will finally get on the board.
Yeah, way better from Falcons this. I think simplifying things has helped them there. Last time they were trying the meeting closet wall. They had players in admin. They had players at top yellow. They were really spread thin, trying to get something going across every area of the map pretty much. And final kill comes in.
Go in and obviously get the hatch opened up. If he's died with all those Salmons in the back pocket, I didn't catch it earlier, that hatch probably stays closed, and that is a real problem for Falcons here. They're going to have to go and hunt players on this top floor and force them away for if nothing else. But as we've already seen, they've lost 2 players to that end already.
Is the reality. They're 4 versus 2, so Joystick's just going to stay up there. Pasha has come back down to side to support it. And this is exactly what's going to happen. They're just going to keep peeking because they know they don't need to worry. Last time around, if you remember, we said Virtus.pro aren't going to take these fights. They know that they don't need to.
And so they're playing the game really well, as you say too, and I completely agree. Falcons are the ones who need to figure something out here. They've had that attack timeout. They'll be praying for a better second half, and that's not a bad start to things. Getting rid of that only C4, I believe, in the back pocket of this bird here. There's still a minute to play, and we've got every player on the Falcon side left alive. No smokes to play with, but a lot of fire in which they can cut out these players. Almost dying there, and hello! There's a player inside the room with you. Need to be respectful of that one. 3 players fall very quickly. I'm sorry. You have stepped into the Virtus.pro death zone. Please leave immediately. A 3 versus 2 now as Falcons. What looked to be a great round for them, Tim, it's crumbling before their very eyes.
Yeah, and Virtus.pro have got the same situation as they had last time. They've now got 2 up above. Pasha gets a kill from exactly there onto Solotov, and they don't have to go anywhere. They can just hold on from up there. So Dan, if he wants to, can take a bit of a peek on site if he knows that Usus is going into an area where he can challenge him, because he can be confident that his players above him are going to hold it down and lock out the round. 5-1 is, whilst not perfect, it's not 6-0, it is a perfect start for Virtus.pro here on Consulate. Not their map pick, and they've come in so solidly on the defense. Now they're in a situation.
2 halves to a game of Siege. You've come out there and seen Falcons not be able to pull together a cohesive attack. You've seen Virtus.pro play brilliantly on the defense. We could be saying those exact same 2 sentences here, teams. And let's be frank, these are 2 of our top 3 teams that we've got in the region right now. There isn't that big a gap. So I wouldn't be wholly surprised if Virtus.pro struggle to get themselves over the line here in the next 2 or 3. To expect them to get your way through this sort of like information denial net that gets established by a mute. And here already is coming to heads at the top of his main stairs. Shaiko with a great shot there onto 1. 1 lay down, waiting for the second peek, and sure enough, it starts coming on through. I was going to say, always, my friend, you cannot stay there. They'll be back for the re-peek, but keeps himself alive. Now, Virtus.pro play from a man down, and things are equal. Back to a man down again. It's not too bad. But now, though, Tim, they're in the driving seat. Virtus.pro still looking to work their way through. The Blackbeard's got to do something, but no. Shut down there out by 2 or 3 players on the side of Falcons.
Say, you know, let's keep our lives. We've got time. Let's take advantage of that fact and go and see if we can get a better angle. Leak of fact, beautiful shot onto Dan. Cuts him down 4v1. It's looking like it's going to Falcons.
He's padding out the KD a little bit here, Shepard. Still got 3 players to work through inside 35 seconds, and yes, it feels incredibly unlikely that he gets away with that. But we've all seen those magic moments, Tim, where people just defy expectation, defy the odds. Shepard with a chance to do that now, but he's got to move down quick at this point, and maybe not quite shooting that trap is going to be a sign that things aren't quite going to go the way that he planned. Falcons going to dig themselves in, get ready for a crossfire here, and surely they don't give him a bunch of 1v1s here.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. They know exactly where he's coming from. They're going to be ready for the challenge. They both swing at the same time, as you can see.
Very good.
Perfectly played. This is what Virtus.pro are doing. Get hold of that top floor, get some verticals up above them, make it more difficult for them to play in those positions. They know that they need to get those kills. Leak of fact is taken out by Always, so that creates a gap down in the basement. It might now force one of those Falcons players back downstairs, but not just yet, as Solotov finds his kill onto Always.
Yeah, they can get set up here, but look who's on the lurk, Tim. Off the lurk out on the road, really. Oh, he's getting punished a little bit here. Solotov going to be so mindful of this Blackbeard and how close it's going to get. Joystick gets rid of his man. Just punish him out around the map again. This is the control that you get from
verticality options. One stop breach charge on the side of Shepard to be able to get a little bit of verticality going on from Piano. Pasha takes down Pride. Absolute beauty. Falcons could be in serious trouble unless the clock comes to their rescue. Usus manages to get 1, but the plant is going down. That's going to extend the amount of time that they need to survive here. Shaiko, he's on the hunt but can't find anything. Dan gets
having the Docker be on side, IQ to help clear out all the utility on the way on through. It's not as heavy like Roman Clear, but it's still pretty slow and measured by them until Solotov has popped up at a window and got himself a bit of a freebie there.
So, not the end of the world, still got the Dokkaebi, but it does certainly put Virtus.pro on the back foot, especially now that Dan and Joystick have taken a bunch of damage as well. Joystick does manage to find Shaiko before being taken out. The Legion being lost Solotov is not ideal for Falcons, but Solotov with a big double that probably gets Falcons the round here, but Dan manages to find him. 3 versus 2, it's not quite over.
Imagine if you're the one who's, I think it's latest for Solotov now, he's playing at 1 AM. If he'd gone on and got himself an ace in that round, it would have been pretty magic. But all else fallen by the wayside. Shepard, yet again, is stuck in a 1vx. You've seen him here before, and he couldn't get out of it in that situation. This one, unfortunately, feels no different. Right idea on where the player is. Will get himself a kill, but it's got 2 more to go through. Both playing upstairs. They'll deny from above here. If he gets away with the plant here, it's quite magic. However, there is still a C4 in back pocket for Brede. He can just drop it through the floor, happily find his man. He can try his very best. Maybe one's going to be a bait. Is he going far or is he going near? He's going near side. Brede's taking a spray. No C4 coming out just yet. Might actually get away with this, and there we go. Finally, Usus steps out, gets the kill. Falcons
going on their full rotation again. It's up to top floor, but I'm looking at Virtus.pro and I'm thinking, do you just take a leaf out of Falcons' book? If we remember back in round 1.
Yeah, you're looking towards something like the Amara. I think that might be the play. Say that as Dan's now flying his way in nice and quick. Bit of a bait there, trying to get some stabs into the back. He steps his way through. C4 to the face and C4 at his feet down. He goes. 3 kills going the way of Falcons. Virtus.pro have tried to catch them off guard here, Tim, but shut down by the fire and the flames coming out from Shaiko. And this one looks like it might be just about done. A good response by Falcons, Tim, and that means Virtus.pro have got 2 more.
He needs to make his move. Does manage to collect that diffuser. Just gets that, ooh, beauty. Gets his peek from the meeting door, takes down MACKO, but honestly, it's likely to be meaningless at this point because Falcons are just playing this super smooth, and look at it. Leakyfac is underneath on the pulse. He doesn't have a nitro, but it's not going to matter because he'll just spray up through the floor. There's no way I don't see that Shepard does this.
No, it feels I'm getting such bad deja vu.
Those couple of kills, whereas Falcons have managed the map way better this time around. Pasha is going to come down, looks to take the same challenge into security that he did do last time. Doesn't get the kill, but Dan does manage to find it. Falcons always have an answer though. Again, Breeder steps up, manages to get the trade. Their trade game has been great the last couple of rounds. Solotov just running round freely, takes down Pasha 4v2, and Falcons look like they might just hold on for another one.
We spoke about that ban, Tim. Without something like the Dockerby on side, those roamers are going to cause absolute chaos, and Virtus.pro have just looked sideswiped to every turn by a different player on this Falcons side. They've got two of them now pushing in from yellow. This is all they've got to rely on. They're going to try and spin things up here and go for a drop last second, but there's a player upstairs. Guess she's going to turn around and spray him down. Of course, it's Shepard. Manages to get rid of at least one, but I think at this point, Tim, they are pretty much guaranteed to be out of time. A drop into one, and a second one surely to follow. In fact, no, the clock will get the lap can do. When you get sideswiped or just simply have no idea that players are steady and well stood around waiting for you to step on forward. Keep in mind the cap can this round now. Here we go, stepping around on towards Breeder. Gets the better of that gunfight, but has got a second one ready to challenge him. And this is the classic piece where you stuck at top yellow here, but you are drawing the attention of two players, and they are completely out of sync, Dan. Dan has gone into backroom field, Dan now apparently. But he's gone into a solo there, as we've had joystick back away. He's Johnny on the ying. A little bit out of sync on that one. They paid the price, always trying to save things back for them, but he needs to keep on getting more for them. He has unlocked joystick, but they paid the price there by being out of sync, and I can only see this going one way, Tim.
Certainly looks like that. It's just going to have joystick still trying to work across. MACKO manages to get the kill onto always, and yeah, I think the
inwards. They still got one smoke to play behind as well, so Leakyfac actually has got great denial ability here, especially on towards joystick on the shield. Of course, a bit of a nuisance to deal with. They've already got one for themselves, and Solotov is just there. Again, a different beast when it comes round to the defensive side of Falcons. Both teams take the
first attacking round. Just checking if there's anybody in behind the vending machine, but as the nade goes in, they will know that it's clear. Pasha does get taken out, so a long time after Leakyfac was downed, it's actually MACKO that gets the entry kill, and it's advantage Falcons 5 versus 4, and that really takes the pressure off the low health Leakyfac now, who puts those 20 HP to maximum use with a kill onto joystick.
Again, Virtus.pro does such a good job of making use of the frag grenades, the Rotero drones to clear through utility, get rid of the Goyo canisters, the mute jammers, barbed wire, you name it. But they've got very much stuck at this main hallway. They've lost 2 players. And Falcons, rather than still trying to contest on towards the main hall, they've stepped another layer back, Tim. They haven't got to be right up against it here and trying to keep them from being anywhere near sight. They can let them step on forward a little bit. A trade coming on through. Shoko hits a triple in the round just when you need him most. He steps up big to 1 versus 4. Right idea always, but not enough time to get this one over the line, I'm afraid. This one looks to be Falcons winning their 5th round in a row now and taking us up to 7 and 6.
Yeah, he knew that there was one behind him there at the bottom of the stairs. Does manage to take down Leakyfac, but it's all he can do. Final kill comes in.
A second ago, they've got a bit of a spread, but they've got to make this plan work. And here we go. Smoke's going out, and now they start their move.
Going to need to start finding kills is what they're going to need to find. They're struggling to get through this fire for the time being. First one comes in, always onto Leakyfac. You just feel like maybe Falcons don't have enough time here. 15 seconds, Solotov onto Dan, but Virtus.pro standing tall, holding strong. Here comes Breeder though, moves around, gets one. Can he find a second? He gets the down.
2v2.
That leaves us now 2v2. 3 seconds left to go, but they don't have the diffuser in a position to put it down. Breeder just has to go for it. And the final kill comes in from VP. We're going all the way to 1 minute 15 left on the clock for Virtus.pro, and they really haven't done very much towards being able to put a plan down to start pressuring for and execute. They don't have top floor presence yet. They don't have top floor control. Leakyfac, smart play. He hides himself behind the bookcase, goes out, gets the kill, and then...
The map map is lost. We've only got 35 seconds to go, and we're down a man at the same time. It's not looking good.
Users is just being fronted up by the Blackbeard here. Manages to do a little bit of damage, but Pasha gets the kill. Do they know that Leakafak is just down at the bottom of the stairs? I don't think they do. They're going to have to start pushing towards site, getting into a position to put the diffuser down. 1 kill goes each way. 3 versus 3, but Falcons now with the advantage. Hugely so. Solotov, Shaiko, 1 apiece. Leakafak underneath. It's over as Solotov cuts down the last man, and Falcons from 5.
I don't imagine Falcons let this one through unless they've got something in mind here, something cooked up to make this a 2-0. But given how the last map went, honestly, it's anyone's guess which way it goes. The fact that we're seeing a Bravo band to start things out already tells me, Tim, they've got a game plan in mind. Yeah,
I'd have thought so. Nobody takes Virtus.pro to Cafe without having something in mind, without being ready for it. So yeah, I think Falcons have definitely come in here. The thing is, they're dealt with reasonably easily, reasonably routinely, but sometimes they're just able, I'm thinking herds on dock, just able to keep themselves locked in there. Beautiful start from Joystick though, able to take down Shaiko. That's going to be the Legion off the board, and he was ready for that one. Given that we're not on a top floor bomb site, we can see that Pixel's spot has been given up this time. We've dropped back into washroom. Do manage to do a little bit of damage. 3 versus 4. Done a pretty good job of holding on here. Pasha's going to be moving up red stairs though, and could be a threat coming in from the other side. 4 versus 3, 15 seconds left to go. Time is really going to be the decisive factor. Breedy, important kill onto Shepherd. We just see Dan trying to quietly drop the hatch. Does manage, finds one. Did he just miss the play on down inside the margin? I thought it was pretty clear, but he must. What?
This time around, as long as they aren't losing too many players out on this roam, then I don't see too many issues with it. T4 come in to at least try and burn his way through. I'd imagine it would have been a Vulcan canister they were going for. Great shot out of Joystick to remove Useless inside a cocktail. So got one to worry about inside the bathroom.
Last time it was Shaiko that was taken down, not Users. Users' utility, of course, is already going to be out there. They can't lose another. Dan manages to get Shaiko again. Leak back onto Walden.
Do they know about the rounding? Oh, gives himself up a little bit too early there. Won't be able to get away with it. They'll know that he's around bathroom here too. They're probably going to get himself punished, but a nice shot coming through. Gets rid of Pasha. Virtus.pro looking to make amends, but no. He hits the second. Dan falls too. And like that, Virtus.pro are behind at 2 versus 3 now to play out.
Falcons really feel like they're hitting their stride at the minute. Solotov goes for another. He can't make it through. Joystick cuts him down and now has control of the top floor bar. Able to start using some of them verticals, but they don't have much to work with here. That's the problem. Shepherd on the Grim doesn't have any bees left. They're going to have to go in here and take fights. Leakafak being low health is about the best thing that Virtus.pro have got going for them, but Breedy manages to find Joystick. It's all up to Shepherd, Des.
I mean, I feel like we said that line so many times throughout this series already, Tim. 4 times at least on the last map. They've got the right sort of idea, but he's pulled off the diffuser as well, trying to readjust. But everywhere he looks, there's an angle that can threaten him. Going to try and behind the bookcase, and this time round, he has to stick. Moving again towards the vertical, not quite finding the man. He will be able to complete. And they've let him get away with this one, but out comes one. No! Shepherd winning it out, both on a single bullet of HP. Leakafak versus Shepherd. Vertical versus below. Who walks away the winner? Leakafak dropping his way down towards pillars here. Gotta find that first critical shot, but Shepherd is way on the move. He's already got himself outside here. Tucking in close now is Leakafak. Shepherd will have heard this one. Steps himself forward. Will he find his man in time? Yes, he will! And this time round, Shepherd is not getting a sniff at why no team ever wants to play them here.
We're going to be getting a sniff at Clubhouse if that carries on. Be Shaiko.
Melt him there. Bye.
Just injecting him becomes so much more important, but he has to go clear in roamers.
Absolutely, this is the problem, right? They're always trying to slip up your backside here and catch you out. At least get rid of yet another. And it feels a bit like Consulate again, where the game is
taken out at the beginning of the round, meant that the flanks were going to be open. Leakafak, as soon as he starts moving up ready, recognises that there's no air jabs. I'm going all the way up to the top. So now they've got a problem up above them. Leakafak is able to drop down if needs be and control that vertical. Breedy manages to find a beauty onto Shepherd. Dan's doing what he can, but he's battling 2 directions.
That's it. I mean, it's a much better round from Falcons, the most convincing of the 3 that we've seen so far. Maybe it's the site, however you want to look at it, it's entirely up to you. They are. Sometimes, Tim, being slow is the name of the game. We've all heard the story of the tortoise in the hair. No rush. As long as they can get kills off the back of it, and sure enough, the second one follows. Patience is being rewarded. Get a third, as always, there is collected 2 from the same window, I'm pretty sure. A lot of damage from that new window.
I don't see much of a chance of Falcons getting themselves back into this round.
Sure enough, there comes one. And left ourselves 45 seconds have passed by here, and they've been pretty slow about it, Tim. Gotta make their move soon, and could even lose a second player here, almost losing it to the vertical. Sledge opens up yet another. They've got to make a move now, Tim, and they're bleeding out on players. We're down to a 3v2. They know there's one tucked in. They almost get a third. Try as they might, there's about 3 seconds still to play as the plant is going down, but they have absolutely bottled it, Tim. They had everything they could need. 60
rooted to the floor, so he is ready to take the fights. It should be reasonably easily dealt with by Virtus.pro. Just need to get a nade in there, but there is going to be it. Yes, what a beauty of a nitro. One of the oldest tricks in the book.
Yeah.
Wait for them to come through the door and send it sailing up through the rafters. Beautiful stuff to open up, and that is a big loss with the Pinker gone. That's some healing that will not be done.
No, and again, it's all about tripping them up as early as you can, but they've lost 2 players in the process. Maybe trying to get a bit too keen here. Solotov, past 2 a.m. is definitely feeling that aggression, that early morning ranking hours. It's coming to life. It looked for a second they might have a little bit of stability, but I think by losing him now, again, all the onus goes back onto Virtus.pro. They've got 75 seconds to play with here. They've got the 4 versus 3. They are against the Clash, just one thing to respect. No C4s to worry about, making a 4v2. On for a second, but no! Leakyfack finds him around the side of the shield, picks it back up, starts his march on forward. A 1v3 with the Clash, Tim. I don't think I've seen that.
No, I think it's unlikely from this point. He's just sort of threatening to root his shield down. He needs to choose exactly where he takes his battles, but the plant is going to start going down. It is going to be successful. And that puts him on a huge back foot now. Picks up that shield again and tries this little march forward, but Virtus.pro don't need to peek at this point. He's going to have to approach that diffuser. They know that. Might as well wait until he gets right up there, and then they can start bullying him.
Asher in a good spot here on red. They've got 2 ready to look for the drop as well. They're playing on verticals. They've really got a lot of angles set up here to restrict and contest on towards these players on site itself. But Tim, I'm nervous. We're down to that last 30 seconds. And again, we're leaving it very last minute. Solotov taken down. A swing is there from Shaiko, ready to respond to the first kill. And they get the trade back.
Yeah, that's a big response from Shaiko. Nitro goes out from the tugger out. Is going to do a lot of damage to Shepard, but not enough. He may have an opportunity to get in behind that bomb chassis and put it down. There's not going to be any opportunity for Breeder to move in through Freezer. Always picks up users. It looks like it should be a successful Virtus.pro plant.
Cover me! Reload!
Down coming. Leakyfack picks up Shepard though. Stops the diffuser going down.
Time!
They've won it on time again!
By Falcons, they were running around the map, giving them an awful lot to figure out. But I think Virtus.pro will look at this later and say, how on earth did we give them 4 of those rounds in that half with how they attack? Well played by Falcons. Good team play off the back of it. And now they get to go on the attack and show us what they've been cooking.
I like that they've dealt with it though. They're fully aware of the threat from Joystick. They've done a serious amount of damage. He's going to think twice before coming to get aggressive. But
Okay.
I said that there was 2 threats for them, Joystick and Pasha. They've paid attention to one and
You can, of course, challenge in towards both sides here, make it very, very difficult for the defenders, but they'll largely step out in towards red corridor, as you can see they have. They haven't got to worry too much. A fire to the back. I mean, you're never going to get away with that one, my son. Joyko in a 1 versus 3. We know that he's more than capable. Starts out with 1, 15 seconds to go, and he's got to make it a 4K if he wants to win this round out.
puts the move on into sight. Could go for a plant here. Going to take out the FNAT. The challenge will likely come forward. We see the feet. Managed to get a spray down. It's going to be all that they need, in honesty. Shaiko has to come off, go for the challenge. Shepard manages to pick up the final kill.
For now. For now. We'll see what they've got in mind here. Might be isolating out the player that's inside. And sure enough, with the Glaz on side, it's about trying to make him as safe as possible. In they step, are going in for a push in towards here. They've got the Yokai drones coming over the top. Can't quite see the players. They've stepped away, and the nade, if nothing else, a friendly nade at that, keeps them at bay, and Joystick has just absolutely domed him. Nice idea, but it hasn't paid off.
Yeah, using the Raura on the double door at the bottom of red stairs just to try and create that space for the Glaz to go in. But like you said, just didn't get any value out of it as Solotov was taken down. Leakyfack manages to find always, though. 4 versus 4.
Maybe it's recoverable from the 4 versus 4 they're in. 60 seconds to play with. A lot of castle barricades still impeding them as Joystick gets a second. Now they start their march on forward. User's going to be very much the front man here. And he's sprung right into danger, Tim. What's he doing? Didn't expect that one. Has given away another freebie to Joystick, who's on for an ace if this keeps up. 3 versus 2. Shaiko dropping down the last smoking pocket to block out that angle on towards Cope. As Brede tries his best, but the vertical is there. Shepard gonna spoil the party. But either way, it's a VP round win. Again, nice try from Falcons. You've seen them do so many times, though. Just be patient. Don't feel the need to go aggressive. Let Falcons step in. You've got 3 smoke shings still play behind as well. They've got all the time in the world here, Tim. And sure enough, first one was about to come out. That's the second time this game that we've seen a Falcons player go down with that Capital gadget in hand. Dan finding the angle. Brede getting the plant in here. A nice move coming in from Shepard, who gets a spray down onto 1 as we have 25 seconds left. Uses with it all to do it. A 1 versus 3. Pasha going to give him nothing. Another closeout for
players up on the top floor. We've still got Always there in Cocktail on the Azami. He's now going to drop away. And we're also going to see Joystick downed and finished off by Shaiko. This is better from Falcons.
Yeah, it's the nice thing about it, and you compare that back to, say, Consulate, it's the team play there to pinch onto one player and punish them for being out on the roam. Like, how dare you try and roam onto us? Leak it back onto a second as Pasha's the one to fall away. A rare appearance for Leak it back on the Deimos is worth stressing. Normally, of course, that's the go-to Shaiko operator. I'm sure he's not feeling best pleased that his dearly beloved has been taken away from him. Instead, he's on the flank watch with the air jabs all being placed down around the map. But it's getting the results so far, a 5 versus 3. We saw Virtus.pro lose a 5 versus 2. Surely Falcons don't go down the same path. There we go, much better.
Yeah, managed just to take down Dan, just again being forced out of position by that Deimos track, and it's those kind of fundamentals that Falcons have done a lot better.
Tim versus Shaiko, and at that point it feels like 2 gods going head to head. Whatever happens, whoever comes out on top is going to destroy the world in the process, and it's Pasha to get rid of Shaiko, wins that reverse hunt, and it's a 5 versus 4 for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, they were
Deal with those light screens as you're going to see now, so they can't safely drop their way in. They're almost there and ready to go, but while this constant impact spam is coming on through, there's not an awful lot they can do. Shepard, one with the last ones left, and he's quite far away. A second kill comes on through for Virtus.pro here. Looks like they're holding on well. Eating up fire and flames as Solitov steps on down. Needs this man inside of VIP. Goes nice and close and gets him. Damn, missing crucial shots. Tries his very best, but the recoil a little bit too much. Now with the smoke coming out, rounds off towards the side, 1 towards his left here, has to win this gunfight, down onto the deck he goes, and will find his man. A 3 versus 3, but there's no time left, Tim. They have to go now.
Yeah, Brede's got to make a move to start putting that diffuser down. He will do exactly that. He's created the space. Solotov's gone huge this round, but it's going to be the Yorker. You got to pay attention to every single D.
A few times now that he's been the player clearing out Pixel, because we know how much Virtus.pro love playing in that spot. Dan's dug in a little bit deeper here as well, spraying it towards the feet. Who's going to win it out? Of course, it's Dan. That 1v1 not going the way the Falcons sorely needed it to. Into a 5 versus 3. Virtus.pro might be able to hold on here and get this one closed out. Because Users and Shaiko have got it all to do. It's simply not going to happen. Shaiko stuck in a 1 versus 4. And Tim, we won't see overtime, but it does look like we're going to see map 3.
Certainly does. Shaiko drops himself down to pillar. He's looking for anything he can get going at the minute. Does get spotted out on that default cam, so takes a couple of shots as well. Flawless round comes in for Virtus.pro. They're going to close it out. And as you said,
Covering the defense, the big players punishing the lack of execution skills on the side of each team, and overall, some amazing moments. I mean, yeah.
I was just sorry. Go on.
No worries. I mean, I think in utter chaos, this is where you know you can see some big.
So let's see who comes out of this one at the best of these two. Falcons, Virtus.pro. We'll see if they double down on the Electro Bros and take Bandit as well, or whether there's an alternative comes in. No, it's going to
Roaming on Clubhouse, while you'd see a lens out on the Valkyrie. And every other operator would be super dug in, super static. That's all you would get from them, essentially. These days, as you said, it's a bit different now, where you do get players up and around the map, like you've seen from this. Like, not a thing you'd see of old school BDS, that's for sure. So over the years, you are seeing more aggression building into their playstyle. And despite their call for a rehost, Tim, well, they've absolutely stuck them out here as well. Dan's down to the last one left alive. Sorry, Shepard is. And Solotov's found himself a 3K in round 1. Not a bad start.
Not a bad start at all if that's how it plays out. Shepard is just going to go looking across the top here. He knows that he will find somebody. He will indeed. It's going to be Solitov.
Check at some point. But making it look nice and simple there, like they've done it since today started playing. Oh, wait, they probably have. What a shot from Solitov. Joystick, I think, leaving a bit too much.
Great stuff from Solitov, especially picking up that kill at the end as well, taking away some great utility with the Sophia going. It leaves us now 5 versus 3 as Shaiko picks up Always, and like we said, attacks are going to be coming at a premium here, and so far it looks like that's the case. this. Pasha manages to find Shaiko, 3 versus 4. Starts pushing in through logistics, but the F9 will just hold him back. And the shotgun will hold him back even more.
Would have been monstrous if we managed to get rid of Eustace there, who walks away with a slither of HP. The bolt coming over. Timing not looking the best. Shepard finds one, but a C4 is there for the response. And Shepard, yet again, I'm sick and tired of saying it at this point, Tim. I'm pretty sure it's the 7th time this series he's been left in a 1 versus 3. He's won one of them. I don't suspect he manages to win all of them. He's going to run out of time here, hunting down for an extra kill, but will not be able to find it.
And trying to help them start to open things up on this catwalk. Shaiko's taken an awful lot of damage there. We've got Nitro in hand ready to go, but Shaiko is taken out. It's going to be up to now. They've got every angle held here as Virtus.pro. This really should be a round that they're able to pick up on attack.
2 really well coordinated. You do. Damned if you don't. And that second one, coordinating a flash with a swing on towards the garage door. Absolutely beautiful. The Bash has now gone down for free because they're taking their eye off the ball. This has happened a few times throughout this series by Virtus.pro. Haven't droned themselves in properly, get caught out by these little moments, get sideswiped by players to get an awful lot on Consulate, for example. That's got to be mindful of, but I think with only 2 drones left in back pocket, they're kind of left here going off of old knowledge and what they once previously had. Only 2 left here for the side of Falcons as well. A 2 versus 4, almost making it a 2 versus 3 as Brede also goes low. The number of incomplete kills is absolutely ridiculous. Gets the down, but it's a 1v3. Another bullet will be enough to see him finished off here as the plant started going down.
I think could do with finding one of those 3rd choice sites. In this case, it's likely like Virtus.pro or Falcons. This after Pasha managed to get that triple kill on Cafe top floor from the mist drone, and not being aware of the player in this position is going to be a freebie for Leakafak, and that's it. Falcons just feel like they're cashing it.
Threat that comes on towards Joystick, that's going to be the main headache for them, I think. So close here and could do so much damage if not checked. There we go. One for himself, and at this point he's got Joystick chasing after him. Not that he'll worry too much. Another impact comes out, and he gets the kill too. A triple kill for himself. Shepard might get one back, but yet again, Tim, Shepard is left in a 1vx. I'm sick and tired of saying it now.
There's been so many times tonight, like you say, that he's been in these clutch positions, and it's just the nature of Shepard's role in the team, playing that support. He is going to be in the back line, droning, hard breaching. It's a really good kill. Down in basement, it was the 1 tap onto Joystick.
What a
it was
shot.
the 1 tap onto all in the elbow, around main stairs, in logistics, making it difficult, saying to Virtus.pro, you're going to have to come on it.
Right, Readers is one inside the garage. They've kind of got to hit the site now if they want to go, but they're already down to a 3 versus 5. They get one back on their side, and they've got control of Jim, but need a bit more than that. And Mirror Window still to contend with. Saying that, they take over one for themselves here. A good spot to be in, but all the numbers are still falling away. With Dan going down here, it feels like they haven't quite got the numbers they need to be able to hold on to this one. A little bit more fire damage comes on through, and Pasha's the one with the diffuser. But he's in the wrong spot here, Tim. Got to win this gunfight, can't quite find it. A great swing, gets a trade at the very least, but Shepard, yet again, I'm not even going to say the line this time. He's not going to be able to win it, Tim. It's going to be a closeout for Falcons. They get the round over the line.
Yeah, this is going to be a key round that they were able to use. We can see drones just being thrown in and summarily taken out.
Yeah, at this point, they know the Solitude's there. It's the 1 tap that you want to see. Well, at least this way, Shepard can't be stuck in a 1 versus 3 anymore. Tries to get out to safety, but Dan is there ready to punish on the cross. The trade is on through. Admittedly, the work has already been done by Shepard. It's not the end of the world, but losing always, well, that's pretty painful because now the shield is gone. And Shaiko...
This time, Joystick taking a little bit of damage. Pasha putting in that fire arrow as well.
Yes.
Shaiko just keeping himself in this position, but ultimately cut down from the breach. And Virtus.pro, they might have something here, Des.
Bloody Pasha, Ray. Just when everything has gone right there. Shaiko did not need to...
Health on the side of Virtus.pro. That is the big problem that they face right now. There's no nitros. Users manages to just get that peek around the corner. Health doesn't matter as he finds a headshot. Pasha working his way in. He's going to get absolutely nothing. Brede with the kill. Falcons locked down a 5.
Falcons into overtime. Let's do it. Again, at this point, I'd rather it not because I just feel heartbroken then that only 1 map tonight was an OT. Obviously, we had 12 rounds on the pre. I'll tell you what, Tim. My cats are going absolutely mental. Bye.
It's all the way down to the bottom of dirt tunnel, looking to get that barricade open and challenge on towards boxes. Look at that, Leakafak up above, and Virtus.pro not paying the respect.
Let's get it over the line, but we'll see. 3 players from Virtus.pro scattered around Blue and Church. 1 alone in that back corner of Arsenal. Audio closes Joystick, steps out and finds Solitov. Finish him off on the ground. A 4 versus 4. No pressure now coming in from Oil. I'll give a little bit.
Good ping on one of the players, though, just trying to find those feet. They will. Absolutely beautiful stuff from users. That is just squeezing every millimetre out of the angle that they can.
That was used to leak about together as well, so actually waited there. A classic 3-2-1, open fire. We've all been there before. Down with another one though, and every single time it feels like Falcons take a step forward, they're pushed 2 steps back. Leak it back and Brede, 15 seconds to go. Probably aren't going to be able to get away with this one. For now, temporary cover, but they know exactly what's coming from in behind the box. It's a great read, but Joystick finds him first, and Virtus.pro that clash of Pasha, taking no damage from those nades, but has got to start a march on soon. Think he's going to be able to do much against this clash of the painful part. Pasha's down, shield away. Of course he is. Steps out and gets for a leaky pack. That's the threat onto him now gone. An edge up coming on through, so he's definitely under a little bit of threat here. Needs to keep himself moving away as Falcons now own and control this part of the map. Half a round gone. They've got to kill. It's an exact mirror about what we were saying about Falcons earlier on, and Shaiko gets rid of Pasha eventually. Beautiful.
Using that environmental ingredient, get any sort of view that he can. We've got pressure coming in from construction. This is doable for Falcons, but they need to get themselves a couple of kills.
Nothing coming out of that one. Shaiko, uncharacteristic miss on that gunfight. Dan Nappy's to take him away for free. Spray down to the window, almost finds the second. Brede comes on top, gets one more, but isn't aware about Dan in behind the desk. Collects his own freebie. Virtus.pro still in the lead here with 20 seconds to play. Falcons have to make something happen. Stepping on forward to look for one, but Solotov again, uncharacteristically. A couple of shots being missed as always. Stay standing. Aggressive rounding comes in as Users goes nuts with that secondary. He's got to find one more. Pre-firing, gets the down. They've got the man advantage. They must know that he's inside of Logi. This is their chance to get a win, but no diffuser in hand. Will they be able to recover it in time? I'm not 100% sure they can. They're chasing him down, but he's still not being taken away. They need this done soon because, again, this is all valuable time and they can't even finish getting it open. Absolute heartbreak for Joyce.
Walls with the blowtorch when they need to, and it's something that we've actually seen Falcons struggle with before. If you remember, at Reload in Rio Des, they had all of the hard breach banned against them, and we saw them time after time struggle to get those reinforcements open. It's a problem that hasn't been solved, and it has come back to bite them again. Pasha manages to take down Shaiko. Solotov is low health as well after being peppered with bullets from inside a garage. It looks like it's another round that's going to Virtus.pro, and the fight back continues.
It's going towards OT, and at that point, you really are rolling the dice on who gets to have that showdown against Secret tomorrow.
There we go. Well, if they continue to struggle to open walls like that, I'd definitely ban another hard breach here if I was into these extended roamers.
Yeah, Solotov's the one starting to charge on forward, and right idea. Still got the reaction times, even at 3:30 in the morning. He's still cooking good, Tim. Joystick to fall down. Falcons, once again, with the man advantage here, have now got to capitalize. And this guy looks dead to rights. Nothing Pasha can do except just keel over and die as Users finds.
They have the choice, but they don't have forever to make it. The trap comes on in. They're going to go for the kill here. They know he's in behind the sofa. Solotov manages to pick him up. 4 versus 2. Falcons looking confident at a bottom floor attack.
Really good and decisive as well for them to just say, right, no, 2 or 3 players, we commit towards getting rid of this guy now, because back in the first half, Virtus.pro didn't make that decision. They couldn't afford to chase him down with how much time they had left, and this looks like a very different Falcon side here in round 10. Shaiko especially on point as they've chewed their way through these Virtus.pro players. Shepard is left in a 1v4, and surely, Tim, surely this isn't the one that he walks away the winner of, gets blinded out, scattering himself away. But where's the player to swing off the back of that shield? Very, very close and nearby. And there he is. Brede to close out. They move up to map and Zero.
It's going to go in. Utility's going to go in. Falcons looking good here.
Is this Leaky Fat's gone up, but arguably at the wrong side here. I don't think he realised that the Clash had already got the crossover. Not quite sure what he was looking for, but we'll forgive him at this point. Call comes on through to force them back that little bit further into this 5 versus 4. If they're going to win out anytime, Tim, it's probably going to be now.
Leaky just misses his opportunity, as you say. He sort of went running right into the breach there and then realised that they had gone too far. Shepard makes the challenge, does take Leaky down. That's going to be the dog of it gone. 4 versus 4 versus Pro fighting back. A minute left to go. They need to deal with this clash. That's going to be the big sticking point for Falcons. 55 seconds. Can't get themselves into Gym yet. The track does show that there's one just around the corner, but he's not going to peek that. We hear the candles coming in and the kills on the back of it, Des.
Great drop from Brilliant towards that gym window. Finds him out, shoots him in the back. Down to just 2 left on their feet. Always in Joystick. Got all the fighting in the world to do to hold on as they get at least one more back. Shepard's still down though. The jump out comes on through, but Usus is just ready. Joystick, fight as he might, has got it to do against 3 players on this Falcon side with the diffuser going down. This one, unfortunately, is looking a bit lost. Gets the cross and gets the diffuser. Gonna drop himself away and keeps it going. 15 seconds to play with here, and surely they managed to get away with this. Opens up the floor. One pistol. Can't get the last. Solotov gets the kill. Falcons will press on to face.
So Shaiko, get yourself to sleep. Get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, it's good because the amount of opportunities that we have now to get these SI points is significantly less than what we had last year. So more SI points up for grabs, but less opportunities, making that you really have to capitalize off those few moments that you can really grab them. And so far, Falcons are doing it. We have to commend Virtus.pro as well. They have been playing high focus mode for